action. Hey, I ain't know nothing about this. Y'all probably knew, but I ain't know about Charlie Sheen having that packet. I ain't know he had that shit. Charlie Sheen. This guy. Charlie Sheen. I ain't know he had that.
What, that he was spreading that?
Hey, boy, he was giving it to people. This man actually was out here having sex, giving people HIV. And if you guys don't know who he is, let's go to his movies. Let's see. I seen some of his movies. You guys probably love his movies. I love some of his movies. He got a movie with Chris Tucker. I love Money Talks. But let's scroll through, chat. Get in here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see. See if it's going. Man. Look. Scary movie 3. Wall Street. Young Guns, Friends. Come on, man. Charlie Sheen. Look, my movie right there, Money Talks. Oh my God, man. You guys know this man had this stuff? It wasn't if it would have blew up and blew over, I would have definitely heard about it. But Charlie Sheen. So let's get into Charlie Sheen. Man, I want to thank all my supporters, man. I'm just giving y'all the rich and famous news, man. I know I ain't hear about it. Y'all probably did. But, Charlie Sheen. Let's go put him in there. Let's hear him out.
Charlie Sheen is known to millions for his award-winning body of work on television and in the movies. But this morning, he's here to talk about something immensely personal and private. Charlie, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
How you been?
Good. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. We've spoken a lot over the last couple of days. And
let me just say first and foremost that your producing team, Katie Disler and the Zim, have been awesome. Thank you. Yes. As have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just absolute compassion and it just means the world. Thank you.
Well, thank you. You know there are a lot of rumors out there right now, and you would like to address them head on, so I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
I have to, yeah. I'm here to admit that I am, in fact, HIV positive.
Hey, is it that easy to say? Is that word that easy to say, man? On national TV? I don't know, chat. This shit crazy. Tune in, man. This rich and famous, man. This shit crazy.
And I have to put a stop to this onslaught, this barrage of attacks and of sub-truths and very harmful and mercurial stories that are about the.
Hey, I don't mean to cut him off, but it ain't all that stuttering and ain't. Come on, man, talk. If you gotta think to say, just think and talk. Say it. You ain't gotta do all that, man. Cause you too much stuttering. That mean you lying, bro. Come on now.
That's threatening the health of so many others, which couldn't be farther from the truth.
I want to talk about those in a second. How many people have you told about this?
I've told enough that I trusted to be in the position and the situation that I'm in today.
People you thought you could trust at the time?
Absolutely, yeah.
How long have you known about this? When were you diagnosed?
Roughly 4 years ago. Yeah. It started with what I thought based on this series of cluster headaches and insane migraines and sweating the bed, completely drenched, 2-3 nights in a row that I was emergency hospitalized. I thought I had brain tumor. I thought it was over. After
He said that shit fucked with him so much he thought he had a brain tumor. Hey y'all, listen y'all, hey, all my people out there, man, check on your health, man. If you got a lot of motherfucking headaches and you ain't checking in with that doctor, you hear him, man. It ain't no motherfucking brain tumor, you ain't just, your head ain't just hurting, man, hey.
the battery of tests and spinal taps, all that crap, they walked in the room and said, "Boom, here's what's going on." It's a hard 3 letters to absorb, you know. It's a turning point in one's life.
4 years you have been trying to keep this secret.
Yeah.
And you have said that you have been the victim of betrayal and extortion. You told me that a lot of people have actually demanded money to stay silent about this.
That is true. Yeah, and I have.
Hey, a motherfucker extorting this man. All cause he got AIDS. On God. Don't tell nobody. Alright, give me 100,000. I'll keep my mouth closed. Extorting this man, that shit crazy. Probably was more than that. He rich. Man, beware the company you keep. That shit crazy.
Paid those people, not that many, but enough to where it has depleted the future.
How many people have you paid?
I don't want to guess wrong, but enough to bring it into the millions.
Damn.
And that's what people forget is that's money they're taking from my children. You know, they think it's just me, but I got 5 kids and a granddaughter. You know.
You wrote this to me in a letter and shared it with me yesterday. In and around this perplexing and difficult time, I dazedly chose or hired the companionship of unsavory and insipid types. I'm imagining prostitutes. Regardless of their saltless reputations, I always led with condoms and honesty when it came to my condition. Sadly, my truth soon became their treason as...
You shouldn't even said none of that shit in that letter. You just said you was fucking raw, bro. Then look how he look when a man reading the letter. This what you root him. And you want to look crazy about it.
As a deluge of blackmail and extortion took center stage in this circus of deceit. Were these people that you had sexual contact with and were claiming that you had transmitted the virus to them? Or were these people who simply found out about your status and were threatening to tell the world?
More the latter. They for some reason I trusted them. They were deep in my inner circle, and I thought that they could be helpful, and instead they as I wrote, my trust turned to their treason. You know?
So are we talking about lawsuits filed against you here, Charlie? Are we talking about shakedowns?
We're talking about shakedowns. Yeah.
Damn.
Is it true that on at least one occasion you had a prostitute come over to your house who, after a sexual encounter, went into your bathroom and with a cell phone took an image of your antiretroviral medication?
That's correct, yeah.
And then threatened to sell that image to the tabloids?
Yes, this is after I told her that thank you for your time, we're not going to see each other anymore. It was after she spent the day at health food store buying me herbal medications.
Are you still paying
to help me?
Are you still paying some of these people?
Not after today, I'm not.
So you think
Yes,
that by
you will.
speaking this truth you'll get out from under that?
That's my goal, and my it's not. I mean that's not my only goal. We'll talk more about that later. But no, I think I released myself from this prison today.
And it's interesting because these people kept coming over to your house. They kept gaining information that they then used, in your words, to extort you, and yet you continued the behavior.
That man was letting hoes extort him. Real live prostitutes extort him. You sick.
Behavior. You kept bringing these unsavory types
Which is my part.
to your house.
Which is my part.
And
Absolutely.
why?
Yeah.
Why would you make the same mistake over and over again?
Because I was so depressed by the condition that I was in that I wasn't. I was doing a lot of drugs. I was drinking way too much. And I was making really bad decisions. That part I own, 100%.
Have you knowingly, or even perhaps unknowingly, transmitted the HIV virus to someone else since your diagnosis?
Impossible.
We're going to talk to your doctor with you in a second about that.
Good.
Have you had unprotected sex on any occasion since your diagnosis?
Yes, but the two people that I did that with were under the care of my doctor, and they were completely warned ahead of time.
Have you, since the time of your diagnosis, told every one of your sexual partners, before you had a sexual encounter, that you were HIV positive?
Yes, I have.
No exception.
No exception.
Have you been involved, if you look at the...
I don't know, Chad. What y'all think? I don't know. If a person know you got AIDS, I don't think a person gonna volunteer to have sex with you. I don't know if you're a billionaire, you rich. I don't know. I can't say because I ain't a billionaire and you rich, or I ain't got that shit. But if a motherfucker, you tell a person you got HIV and they still go to have sex with you, both of y'all sick.
The CDC website, and they talk about the transmission of HIV. They talk about risky behaviors. Would it be fair to say that you have been involved in all of those risky behaviors?
Negative. No, you're talking about needles and that whole mess? No, definitely not.
Do you know how you contracted the virus?
Sitting here today, not entirely. No.
I want to read you something else from the letter you handed me. You said, this is after the time of your diagnosis. The personal disbelief, karmic confusion, shame, and anger led to a temporary yet abysmal descent into profound substance abuse and fathomless drinking. Was this that whole tiger blood winning period in your life? Was that a result, that meltdown we saw, a reaction to your diagnosis?
I wish I could blame it on that. That was more of a roid rage. But this was on the heels of that, let me say, yeah.
And when you say shame in that, the stigma that is attached to this diagnosis is one of the worst parts about it. People don't take action, they don't get help because of that stigma.
Sure.
Do you still feel that stigma?
Not anymore, I don't. No, I don't. No, I have a responsibility now to better myself and to help a lot of other people. And hopefully with what we're doing today, others may come forward and say, thanks, Charlie, thanks for kicking the door open,
You're going to stick around with us. We're going to sit down with your doctor who has been treating you over these last several years, and we'll have much more of our conversation. Charlie, thank you.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for...
Man, that shit is crazy, Jack. That shit is crazy. Let me put him up here. Oh, no. What money can do. Let me see. What money can do. And shit, let's see what his doctor talking about. Let's see.
much. Now more of our exclusive conversation with Charlie Sheen. In our last half hour, he shared a very personal announcement that he is HIV positive. He decided to speak out now in part because he says he didn't want to live in fear that someone else would divulge it. Charlie is back now along with his personal physician, Dr. Robert Huizenga, an assistant professor of clinical medicine, at UCLA. And we want to warn people that some of our conversation may contain adult subject matter. Before I get to you, doctor, you made this announcement in our last half hour. Are you feeling relief?
More than I thought possible.
You feel good about it?
Very much so.
Doctor, how long have you been working with Charlie?
I've known Charlie probably 5-6 years.
This is an educational moment. We are in 2015, and while no one wants a diagnosis of being HIV positive, people live long, normal, productive lives while they carry the virus. What is his exact medical condition now? We should mention, Charlie has given you permission to talk about this.
Charlie has contracted the HIV virus. He was immediately put on treatment, strong antiviral drugs, which have suppressed the virus. Unfortunately, we don't have a cure yet. It's suppressed the virus to the point that he is absolutely healthy from that vantage. And my biggest concern with Charlie as a patient is substance abuse and depression from the disease more than what the HIV virus could do in terms of shortening his life, because it's not going to.
Let's take those things one at a time.
So this man, the doctor say the shit ain't cured. But this man just said he had sex with people and he ain't get it to nobody. Man, what the Man, hey, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. You hear me? They get on this motherfucker and say anything. That's why you gotta watch what you say. Watch what you say. Hey, chat, what y'all think, man? Hit the comments, man. Hit the likes. Hit the subscribe, man. Run it up. This shit crazy.
You're saying to me at the moment, Charlie has an undetectable level of the virus in his blood.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct.
There have been some media outlets over the last couple of days speculating that Charlie has AIDS.
Charlie does not have AIDS. AIDS is a condition when the HIV virus markedly suppresses the immune system and you're susceptible to rare, difficult cancers and infections. Charlie has none of those. He is healthy. He does not have HIV. He does not have AIDS.
Some very important information now. Charlie said in our last half hour that it is impossible for him to transmit this virus to someone else. I assume you meant through even unprotected sex?
I meant through protected sex.
Through protected sex. Is that accurate?
Individuals who are optimally treated, who have undetectable viral loads, who responsibly use protection, have an incredibly low, it's incredibly rare to transmit the virus. We can't say that that's zero, but it's a very, very low number.
Because in checking with the CDC, they say the virus can still hide in genital fluids, and the level of virus can go up and down between testing. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. However, if someone's conscientious, and we have done repeated labs every several months over the last 4 years, then the odds of variations in between drug tests and lab tests would have to also be expected to be very, very low.
Charlie, are you taking the so-called triple cocktail? Is that what medication you're on?
Every day.
How many pills are you taking each day?
4.
Are you worried? You talked about his drug abuse and alcohol. First, are you still doing drugs?
No, I'm not. No.
Are you still drinking?
I'm still drinking a little bit, yeah.
Are you worried?
Damn. That nigga popping pills and drinking. Yeah, he tripping. He tripping.
That in an impaired state, that Charlie will simply lapse on taking his medication. I mean, it impairs your judgment. Can he be trusted? And I'm talking with him right here.
Sure.
Can he be trusted to continue to take that medicine on a regular basis if he continues to drink and perhaps do drugs?
We're petrified about Charlie. We're so anxious that if he was overly depressed, if he was abusing substance, he would forget these pills, and that's been an incredible worry, and magically somehow in the midst of incredible personal mayhem, he's managed to continue to take these medications.
Over the course of 4 years, as you have never missed taking your medication.
I have not. No, never once. No.
A lot of people that look and say, Charlie, you should stop drinking. You say you've stopped doing drugs. You need to stop drinking as well.
Perhaps the freedom of today might lead to that as well.
Doctor, I appreciate your information. Charlie, you're going to stick around. I'll do a little more of this right after this break.
Good. Thank you, Matt.
Hello, today.
Man, hey, I ain't fucking with none of that shit. Hey, man, y'all already know, man. Hey, I ain't know. Let me put them back up there. I ain't know he had that shit. Damn, Charlie Sheen. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for all my supporters. Y'all can go to my other page, More Money Scott. Check out the music. But until then, man, I'll be back, man. That shit crazy. Get to the money.